It's pasta vazul, baby.
Come on in.
Well, hello, Screamers. Welcome to the Scream Until You Like It podcast. I am Warden Clint Drumgool, which is a reference to a movie that I'm going to bring up in a little bit. But I just wanted to start out. I did change the intro for this thing. That is courtesy of Claire, actually. I did the edit on it, but she reminded me that there was a Kate Bush video of a song called, what is it, Cloudburster, I think is what it was called, basically starring her and Donald Sutherland. So she wanted me to mention that. She wanted me to bring it up, and I thought, well, what better way to do that than to pull out a lot of cool looking clips from it, because it is a beautiful video. Pull a couple of clips out of it and basically just show that. So there it was. Have you ever seen that before?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you get a chance, go check out the song and the video. It's like almost 7 minutes long. It's
Wow.
Yeah, that's a bit long for me for a song, but I mean, it's not a bad song. I was just like, wow, why 7 minutes? But like, you lose my attention after about a minute and a half. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like that with movies too. So it's like if you can't grab me like in the first like couple of minutes, I'm looking at my watch, I'm doing the phone thing, so anyhow. So we interrupt our regularly scheduled hangouts of pulling random ideas out of a fishbowl or a box to have the sad occasion to say that we lost one of the most consistent working actors, I would say, in modern cinema. And that, of course, is Donald Sutherland. He just passed, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And at 88 years old. So according to his Wikipedia page, he was born July 17th, 1935.
Wow.
Which means he almost made his 89th birthday. He fell about a month short. But despite that, he was a Canadian. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
Strangely enough, I didn't either. Like, it's like, the guy, his work, but you never like did any real research on the band, to go back and really look. So, which is kind of interesting. Looky here, we got Canadian boy Ryan.
Hello.
Yeah, since we were talking about the loss of Canadian actor Donald Sutherland.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Felt I was obliged to show up for this, even though I have no idea what kind of movies this man has been in.
Well, if nothing else, we'll just go through his IMDb page and be like, hey, have you seen this one? Have you seen that one? And we could discuss things that we like, things that we don't like. But really, the idea is just to give this this actor who has been in so many things and is so recognizable just a small amount of recognition and respect on whatever level we can achieve, in our little Saturday night hangout. Because that's cool. And Nicole, thank you for the idea, because that's not where my brain was just a few short days ago. And you're like, well, hey, we could do another random idea, or we could do a Donald Sutherland thing. I was like, you know what? We should do that. Like, we should do it immediately instead of waiting until like one of these, year-end retrospectives like I did, last year, honoring everyone we lost throughout the course of the year. We can honor this man now.
Yeah.
So Kyler showed up. Says hello to my friends.
Kyler.
Hi, Kyler. How are you? So yeah,
And I think we will have a lot to talk about because he covered every genre there is. Like he would do anything, horror, comedy, action, whatever.
Yeah.
He was very versatile.
Yeah, he does strike me as one of those actors who basically wouldn't turn his nose up at any role.
Right.
That kind of puts him in the same boat as like Michael Caine, or Lance Hendrickson, where it's like
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. It's like they weren't always super discerning about the roles they took. They just wanted to keep working.
Yeah.
And they honored their craft well.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Caine is one of those guys. It's like he's going to give you a performance no matter how stupid it is.
Yep.
He could be acting with Muppets, and he's gonna give you the best thing he can give you, just like Lance Hendrickson.
Yep.
And my child, of course, is screaming because she's being murdered in the other room, or so I assume. She's been like that all day, and I'm wondering if it's just because she's like hot and tired.
Yeah. It's icky out.
Anyhow, yeah.
Heat wave broke here. I'm back in a sweater.
Woo! How about that? Hey,
Hi,
Joe.
Why aren't
Hey, Joe.
you here?
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
That's right. He has a client. Yes.
He's working.
Yeah. Let's see. Doing all right. China's 5 heat, 104 degrees. Good God, where are you, man?
See, that was the heat index here in Philly. It was 104
You
today.
Standing underneath a large lens in a parking lot. I mean, what is happening right now?
I opened the door to stick my head out to take the trash out, and I'm like, "Fuck this!"
It is currently
I just threw the
66
bag.
degrees.
Like whatever.
66.
It is 66 here in Canada right now. in
Wow.
Ontario.
So you're melting.
Yeah.
No. 66 Fahrenheit.
Oh, Fahrenheit.
It's 19 degrees Celsius. I converted for y'all.
Oh,
That
my
sounds
God.
like very comfortable weather. I like that.
But you were
Sweater
like
weather.
95 like 3 days ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's the
Yeah.
end of the world. We're just
Yeah,
boned.
we're just waiting it out.
Yeah. I just tell me when I can stop paying my bills. That's all I care
That's right.
I'm coming to your house, though. You know that, right?
about.
I'm packing up my kid and my dog and then the weapons and just going north.
Like I said, next week it's supposed to drop down to like 54.
Wow.
Nice. That's
Mother
weird.
Nature doesn't know what she wants.
This seems to be a very strange time for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got Joe's
Yeah.
moving in with you.
Yeah, we all
Okay.
are.
Yeah.
I'll be
Abby!
back in a couple minutes. My internet's fucking up. I'm gonna switch.
Go ahead.
Okay. See ya.
Is it something I said?
Yeah, it might have been the double middle finger. He
Well,
took
I only
that
did that
wrong
after
and
he said
left.
he was leaving me. But whatever.
It's the Florida heat you brought.
Yeah, I think
Carly-
it's hotter there than it is here, which is
Oh
weird.
wow. Kyler says he's moving to
Maybe.
Canada too. Well,
Yep.
hey,
Sounds
I
good to me.
hope you like winter.
I'm going to be at the North Pole, like in the thing. I'm just going to live
Yeah.
in a metal igloo and
Yeah.
fuck it.
You're gonna hope that Keith David and Kurt Russell show up.
Kurt Russell, yeah, both, yeah.
Yes.
I know that this is not an excuse for it, but I do think that I am going to have a little bit of tequila tonight.
If anybody
So-
deserves a tequila shot, it's Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
You know,
So I don't know if he liked it or not, but I
But
do.
we do,
so,
and that's what
yeah.
counts.
That's what's important. So
Yes,
this was
is
actually a
about
very
us.
nice thing. Very nice thing my wife did for me. Catalina has been like all over me this week. I took the week off of work and I still got nothing done because like she wanted all my attention all the time. And that's fine for the most part.
That's fine.
She's like, you didn't have a very good week. So I got you this. I'm like, oh, thank you. So, but I really didn't mind because even as imposing she was and as frustrating as she was from time to time, still better being at work. So so anyhow, I'm going to do a little bit here and a short little cheers to Donald Sutherland.
yes. Oh,
me-
with
let me
myself.
smell it first.
There you go.
Smells so good.
Cheers.
Mhm.
Here's Donald.
Yep.
Yes.
I just lit one up for him outside, so
Oh, cool.
I'm going to fan myself for him because it's
It was-
go.
Yeah.
I have
Exactly.
mine, my electric one.
honest to God. I have my AC on like 63. and a big
Wow.
fan, and I'm still a fan of myself. It's that bad.
How about that? How about that?
Ugh,
How about that?
Yeah.
I hate so much.
Um.
All right.
So Donald Sutherland. What's the first thing you remember seeing this guy in?
Animal
Mm.
House
Animal
was
House.
the first movie I saw with him in it. Yeah, I was way too young to be watching it.
Dear-
Way too young to be watching it. I was probably like 12 or 13. Yeah, Animal House, and I saw him and his ass. Yeah, when he reached on the top shelf and the sweater came up and just it bared all. The professor obviously sleeping with Karen Allen's character. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I didn't even realize that was
Wow.
him in Animal House till probably in my 20s. Like when I
Yeah.
rewatched it at some point and went, "Oh crap!" Because when I saw that, I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
I think my first movie actually would have been Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's
Okay.
the first thing I remember him from. I don't know if it's the
Okay.
first thing I saw him in, but it's the first thing I remember him from.
Okay.
And it's
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah. Even though it was a remake, normally
Did you
I'm not.
know Ryan has never seen that movie?
He hasn't.
No, and we're making him. I think it's going to be my birthday pick, and he's going to have to watch it because
Any of them or just that one?
he's not seen any of them.
Oh, you. Oh no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Sunday
You guys need
marathon.
to. Yeah. Watch the original
Gotta
and then
watch
the
all of them.
one that was done in the 70s.
In the 70s, yeah. I love the original. I
You guys
love that
could
they got
cover
Kevin.
both of those
What's his name?
on your
do a
show.
Kevin
cameo.
McCarthy. Yeah. Oh my God. He needs to watch all of them, including the one in the 80s and including Invasion with Nicole Kidman. It was fantastic.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Mhm.
I don't think I've seen Invasion, so I need to see that.
Oh, I'm going to make an event.
I'm gonna make an event. Yeah, I need Ryan to see that.
Yeah.
I need to see Invasion as well.
Oh, it's so good. I really loved it.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
It just. I'm
Daniel
sure it is. I
Craig.
like who's with her in that. Is that
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's squelchingly moist.
Or at least I will be.
It was because it's not pods this time. It's a little
Okay.
different, but it's still amazing.
I will take it as a completely separate movie, and then I'll
Yeah.
probably love it. If I
Yeah.
try to make a comparison as a remake, I think I'll get annoyed.
You can't do it, no. But
Yeah.
Veronica
All
Cartwright
right, so
does
now I
have
know
a
the
role in it.
mindset to go in.
Okay. Veronica Cartwright.
Veronica Cartwright is an Invasion.
Yes,
Nicole
she
Kidman.
is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's great.
She is great. I'm going to say that the first thing that I remember seeing Donald Sutherland in was Kelly's Heroes.
Oh wow, I forgot about that movie.
My
My grandfather used to watch that movie.
My dad loved Clint Eastwood, still does. But that was a movie that he shared with me. I don't even know how young I was. So young that I don't even remember how young. Just
That's how
old
young
enough to
I
have a
was.
memory. Who knows? I could have been 6,
Mhm.
7, no idea. That was an interesting movie where World War II.
Mhm.
I guess they captured some German soldier and were interrogating him. Clint Eastwood's character realized that the satchel that he was carrying was heavy. And the idea, I guess, was that the guy was supposed to throw it into some water if he were to be caught so that it would sink and they wouldn't be able to retrieve it. He scratched off the paint on the outside. It was gold bars. So he ended up getting the guy drunk, and asking him some additional questions, trying to figure out where the rest of the gold was. And then they cook up this plan to get a bunch of, misfit other soldiers.
Yeah, like mercenaries or something.
To go behind enemy lines and basically blast a bank vault and get this money. Donald Sutherland played a character that they called Oddball. and he was exactly that.
He was an oddball.
Yeah.
Wow, I need to watch that again.
Let me see. I really feel like I should have loaded a picture or two in here. Let me see if I can do that.
I wasn't expecting to be on the hangout. I didn't think I was going to be able to.
Yeah, what
So
happened
I didn't
there?
prepare. I just started like trying to think of every movie that I've actually seen him in, since I couldn't rewatch anything. So
Oh, this was my idea, and I'm not prepared at all. I didn't make a list or nothing. I'm just like, I'm
I made a
winging it.
list, but
Too hot
some
to
of them I haven't seen in 30 years.
Here it is. Oddball.
Mm.
Yes, I remember that.
He looks like D-Day in Animal House in that picture.
Yeah.
I think he's adorable.
Oh, he was great.
And of course, he was a tank operator in the movie. And yeah, I don't know. I just that was my first experience with him. That's the one that I remember the best. Loved him in it. Thought he was great. So yeah. So I thought maybe we could just go around and mention a few things that we really like, stuff that we remember. Maybe I don't care if it's a movie you hate, bring it up anyway.
Oh, I got a list, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I realized how many of his movies I saw till I started looking at IMDb and going, I've seen that.
Right.
I've seen that.
Yep.
Right. Same here. Because he did a lot of television early on.
Yes.
Yeah. And then movies in the early 60s, and it just blew up 400 movies later.
Yeah, exactly. He's been all over the place. Oh, what is this?
What is this?
Adam!
What is this?
How are
Adam.
Oh.
Hi, Adam.
Hello.
Is it cool in your basement?
Cooler.
Okay, fantastic. We were just going around trying to figure out what the very first thing was that we saw that had Donald Sutherland in it. Do you remember what the first thing was you ever saw that had him in it?
Probably Body Snatchers.
Same.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I remember him in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's had so many cameos. He did television, did a ton of movies. Whether he had bit parts or like leading roles. It's like he's just one of these really recognizable people.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt that his son looks exactly like him.
Mm-hmm.
It looks an awful lot like him.
People were saying on the internet that they didn't know that Donald Sutherland was Kiefer Sutherland's father. Who in their right mind would not look at them? They're literally like
somebody who's been under a rock since 1978.
I mean, who? I mean, that's kind of there's so much like I don't want to call it nepotism, but sometimes it is. In film. That like if somebody's got like a matching last name, like that should be the first question you ask yourself. Are they related?
When it's
exactly.
Kind of, Sutherland is not Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's a good point. It's not like the most
Mr.
common
Jones, you're not related to Mr. Jones? Okay.
Yeah. It's like I could see, people having similar names and not being related, but
I'm sorry,
that
Miss
one
Vanderpump. Like, what's a I just learned that was a name recently.
Exactly. So yeah. Invasion is good. I think let's see. When I saw that movie, I think I did know that it was a remake, but that's only because my dad told me. And he was really super into the original. So like he's like, yeah, you can watch this movie.
It's okay for a remake.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see the original. So he actually, made me sit down with him and we watched.
I appreciate that. I don't think I knew it was a remake for years.
Yeah.
Body Snatchers?
Yeah, like when I saw it, I never said, "Oh, I knew this was a remake." Like it just never, ever occurred to me.
So if Ryan's going to watch the remake, he needs to see the original first.
He really should.
I wasn't sure which one. I mean, they're so good.
Yeah.
But he
That
doesn't
feels like
like
it'd be
black
something
and white
awesome for your
movies, and I'm
show.
afraid that he's going to lose interest if he doesn't like black and white movies. That's my only fear. If he doesn't have a love to base it on.
Yeah,
I love you.
exactly.
So I don't know.
He's got to
Yeah.
I think part of that is just his shtick. I don't think he dislikes every black and white movie that we watch. I can't.
Oh, he doesn't just like everyone we watch. As a matter of fact, he's always surprised when he likes one that we watch.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
like, oh, that didn't suck. Okay.
Well, it's
Almost-
not dinosaur food, but, you know.
Yeah. Almost
Yeah,
every
yeah.
adaptation of Body Snatchers that I've ever seen
It's
is
fantastic.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can pick up the cameo in the 70s one when you see
Mhm.
the original, so you could know
Yeah.
that's the same guy.
So you should watch them in order.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
The only one I didn't like was the Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig one.
Yeah, I was just saying
You
I
guys-
haven't
We were just
seen
talking about that. I love that.
Yeah, that one's just so. Oh, you love it?
She
I
loves
love
it.
it.
We've
Yeah.
never seen it.
I've only seen it once. Maybe I need to give it another go.
Well,
Like I
when
said,
we
it's a
do
little
our day
different,
of
you know.
Snatchers.
And like Abby said, if
Oh,
you
wait,
watch
that's-
it as a separate movie, it'll be a whole new take. It'll be a whole nother thing.
Right.
You know,
So I think I have to go in saying it's not a remake of a movie that I love. It
Yeah.
is just an alien movie that happens to be called Invasion because they don't have pods and it's different. So I
Mhm.
think I'll try that.
Nice. I know. Yeah, I know.
No, I live for her music. I really do. I would buy
Yeah.
the album.
I would
Would
too.
you?
Put it on my Amazon playlist.
Be good background noise for when you're trying to concentrate on something else.
Yeah.
Do you even hear it anymore? Like, or
Yeah,
is it like
kind of.
mom earring where you just don't, you know?
Block it out.
She
She's like,
makes
"No,
sure. She
There's
makes
no
sure that I
choice.
hear it because she slaps me while she's doing it.
Oh, excellent. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
The physical
Yeah.
abuse does add a bit to it.
Yeah,
I like it.
She's just keeping the beat. That's all. You know.
Yeah.
So anyhow. Yeah.
She thinks that's funny, by the way.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with my internet right now. I'm watching myself freeze up here on the screen. I don't know if
No,
I'm
you're
breaking
good.
up for you guys. Okay,
You
well
don't
that's
seem to be
You're
breaking up here.
okay. Good. Ryan, holy
Ryan.
crap! What happened? Did you have to go to town
Oh,
to get that
no.
internet connection?
Yeah, you run the we run the Ethernet cable to the pub that's across the way.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
Love you
Like
guys
it's
My,
phone
so much.
operated, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a phone call while I was trying to set it up, so
Oh, I gotcha.
which is funny because I wouldn't have seen the phone call otherwise because I always keep my phone on silent.
Yes, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
yell at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, back. I'm back,
Okay,
and my internet's
fantastic.
working much better now.
Ah, well, I was just talking to these fine folks about what their first remembrance of Donald Sutherland in a film was. Do you have one that you recall the first time you saw him?
I'm taking that's where these movies are coming from.
Mhm.
Yes.
Realistically, the first movie I probably remember Donald Sutherland from is from the Puppet Masters.
Okay.
Oh,
I
my.
still haven't seen.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch that tonight, Adam. If you're around.
You're in for a treat.
Also, last night or the night before, can't remember which.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Um,
Ryan, we've decided that we have to do it. You have to watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original first, and in order. All of them.
All four
Stop
of them.
that.
All four of them. But you got to
There's
see the
four
original.
of them,
There's
four of them.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1956,
Yeah.
and then the 70.
78, and then
The
one
90.
with Meg
Four.
Tilly.
The 90s.
Oh, I always
With
forget about
Billy
the Meg
Worth
Tilly
and,
one.
was it Shawnee Smith?
I got to
Yeah, I
see that.
think
I
so.
don't know that I've ever actually seen that movie. Now that I'm.
And
'Cause
then
you
you
guys
have
brought it up.
Invasion with the chick from The Ring and Daniel
Nicole
Craig.
Kidman
Naomi
and-
Watts. Oh, Nicole
No,
Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole
yeah.
Kidman.
Oh, I get the two of them mixed up all the time.
They're the same person.
I would have liked it better with Naomi Watts.
Would you? I could
So
see
you
that.
prefer
Yeah, because her
you
face
prefer
moves.
You prefer the skinny pretty blonde lady over the skinny pretty blonde lady?
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman traded in her facial muscles a long time ago for immortality.
Hey, let me. If you were
She
married
is.
to
She's
Tom
not
Cruise,
human.
You would
She
be
isn't.
like,
She's an alien.
She's just like a porcelain doll now.
Yeah.
It's sad
Does
because she
anybody
was
watch
like
The Boys?
beautiful
The show
when
The
she was-
Boys.
The show, The Boys.
show.
Yeah.
The TV show The Boys.
No, I've been meaning to though.
one of the
Oh,
girls.
what's her name?
She's so young and beautiful, but she looks
Oh.
very.
She got a lot of work done
Like a little girl with her hair
Yeah.
braided too tight.
during the.
Yeah, and her lips
Pulled
are
back. Yeah.
But she swears she didn't have anything done.
Oh,
Hmm.
Jesus.
And neither did Cher.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Madonna's all natural, so.
I can
Yeah,
tell.
exactly.
She's actually a little scary if you see her shortly after her latest procedures.
I'm
Anyway,
not criticizing.
side
If I had the money, I would do
Yeah.
it. Too, so
That's fair, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who looks good, Charo. All right.
Cara looks great.
Yeah.
On that note, though, good on Dolly Parton because she admits she's got work done.
Oh, heck
Oh,
yeah.
she
She said it
completely
takes a
admits
lot of money
it.
to look this cheap, she says.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she doesn't look like an alien. Like she still looks like Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, she's
She
paying
doesn't
the
look
right
like she's
people.
A mannequin, you know.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman.
She
Yeah.
didn't come back with like a gigantic ass implant like Madonna did and like a few other people. Like suddenly they have like these
Badonkadonks.
giant
cocaine in there.
asses.
My
Yeah.
anaconda. Sorry.
I think if I could afford some of that work, I'd make it a little bit done myself.
You don't.
She hid the rest of Guy Ritchie's career in there. Up her ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
That's actual dialogue of Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. For a second, I
With
thought
a
she was
British
calling,
accent.
I thought she was calling dolphins or something.
Did you not know who Guy Ritchie is? Is that what you said? Right?
No, I think he said that this was actual dialogue from a Guy Ritchie movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Just screeching of a child. Yeah.
Singing.
So
Swept away.
Don't forget the singing.
yeah. So yeah.
Damn.
What are you saying?
Sing
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know what that
Makes me
was.
laugh. I can't help it.
She
I'm
just
sorry.
found out Donald Sutherland passed, and she's.
I
going,
mean,
"Damn."
I
She's
said the
very-
same thing, honestly, when I found out.
Very upset about it.
she's very upset.
Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah.
Catalina, the biggest Donald Sutherland fan that we know.
Huge.
Oh, absolutely.
The younger
Absolutely.
generation, man, they know
Yeah.
it well.
Yep.
Yeah. Would you leave that alone?
Let's not forget Buffy the Vampire Slayer, people.
Yeah.
Even
we
if you
can.
wanted to.
Anyhow, yeah. So yeah, I look at this guy's IMDb and I see about 49 things that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't know what these things are, you know. But then I look at the years on them, and it goes back into the 60s. So I mean,
Yeah.
this guy
Long
born in
career, man.
1935 starts, you know, acting on camera in the early 60s. You know, he's had what 6 decades or so,
And he's never been
to-
canceled, which just says something about him.
Yeah, that's something else. You know, I'm sure there's stories out there. There is for everyone, but they may come to light in the near future. But I haven't heard them yet. Yeah. So, would anybody like to bring up a film that they
So,
really like?
if you were lost in the woods and your choices
Uh-huh.
were a bear or Donald Sutherland,
Huh. Okay.
Well, Donald Sutherland's dead now, so that makes it a lot creepier.
Yeah.
I might still take the bear.
we just
Yeah.
established he's safe.
Yeah.
Sure, but he's dead
But if
now.
he's a zombie,
Okay. Well, in that case,
Yeah.
actually, that
Still-
would be pretty weird if he was.
Right?
If you saw him walking in the woods,
I'm not
now.
sure how I feel
Yeah.
about that.
Run.
Run,
Yeah.
just run. I'll take the bear.
Still taking the
Um,
bear because I'm hoping that I can kill it and eat it, and it's
Or
gonna be
snuggle it and keep yourself warm.
way less weird than trying to eat Donald Sutherland.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh. So has anybody, since we were gearing up for this, has anybody watched anything that they haven't watched before by Donald Sutherland that they would like to bring up?
So many movies, and I haven't seen any of these. Sorry.
I watched
So
two that I
many.
haven't seen in like 35 years, if that counts for anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that I had seen the Rosary Murders when I was a kid, like on one of those like just random TV stations, and I think it's because my grandmother was watching it. And I just watched Backdraft again because, again, I haven't seen that in 100 years, and it's what a movie that is.
I haven't watched that
Yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Sad.
Anybody else seen the Rosary Murders?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's
I watched
on
that the other
TV
day.
if you'd like to watch it.
Yeah. I
It's
did go ahead and
priest.
check that out.
Donald Sutherland as a priest, and nuns and priests are getting murdered. And somebody comes into his confessional and says it's him, but he can't do anything about it because he's a priest and there's rules.
Right. There's rules. They can't break the sanctity of the confessional.
No.
But yet he investigates anyway because he wants to figure out who's killing all of his friends. And he does.
And there's
He
sweet little
does
nun
narrow
that was
it
going to
down.
leave because she fell in love. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. And he's basically become, a church detective.
Father Dowling's Mysteries or something.
Oh my God, they can
Yeah.
call him Father Dick.
Yeah.
I don't think they should.
Yep. So yeah,
Sorry,
it was
that's
kind
all
of
I'm bringing to this tonight, by the way. Stuff like that.
That's
fine.
fair.
That's fine. It's like I don't know how long we can go on with Donald Sutherland movies, but we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, we might
All
have
right,
to
can I bring up
segue.
one of my favorites
Yeah, we
that I
might.
plan on rewatching when this is over? Because again, I just didn't have time to do it.
Uh-huh.
MASH. Has anybody seen the movie MASH from back in the day?
A long time ago.
He
not since I
played
was a kid.
Hawkeye. He was the original
Yep.
Hawkeye Pierce.
Hmm.
And I loved the TV show, and I loved
Yeah.
the movie.
Mhm.
Kind of
No,
like
I haven't
Adam's
seen
screen
that.
name right now.
Yep.
What is your? I can't read that. What does it say?
It says Adam Hawkeye Pierce.
Oh, I love that.
So does that mean you've seen that, Adam?
I have,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
And-
I don't know if any of you guys had Encore.
Yes.
For some reason, I always had Encore. Was it always free, or it was always like a free weekend or something? But that was like one of like 3 movies that were. MASH was always playing.
Yeah.
The World According to Garp was always playing.
I love that movie.
And a few others, and it's just like that was one of the ones that was always on Encore for some reason.
And TBS with the Beastmaster channel. So yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's good. I mean, like I watched the show before I watched the movie, so it was a little weird. And I was like, "That's not Hawkeye.
That's not Hawkeye.
That's not Alan Ada or Alan Ada, whatever his name is."
Alda.
Alda.
Yeah,
Alan Alda. Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, good movie.
So since we're continuing my Ryan's never seen this Donald Sutherland thing,
Mhm.
I not only have never seen the movie MASH, I have never seen a single episode of MASH.
Okay, the TV show is actually better than the movie. I don't care what anybody
I
says.
think so
although
too.
The show
Um,
lasted like 5 years longer than the actual war.
that
Yeah,
it was
it
based
did.
on. The
Right.
show is one of the greatest accomplishments and one of the greatest finales of all time.
Absolutely. Maybe the greatest finale.
Maybe the greatest finale, although The
Heartbreak.
Bad Place was pretty good.
I think it's so weird to make a comedy about
A war?
Vietnam
a
War.
war,
Wasn't Vietnam, it was Korea.
the
Oh,
Korean
Korea.
War.
Yeah.
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 I
They,
think
I
always thought it
so.
was
I
Vietnam.
mean, any subject matter is ripe for satire and comedy. Like
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. But it's just so odd.
We
to
had
me.
our first cross-dresser on MASH.
We did.
Although Uncle
Slinger.
Bill's cross-dressed long before that, so wait, alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that you guys bring up Vietnam and Korea, I think it was I don't know if it was the studio, like the network, didn't want it to be set in Vietnam because more or less when that show
'Cause it was still
was out, it
painful.
was still going on.
Yes.
So
That would be
like
what
they
they
set
call
it in
poor
Korea,
taste.
but they were clearly writing and making statements about the
The war.
Vietnam War.
Yeah.
So,
And our
Yeah.
right.
putting our nose where yeah.
Yeah.
Speak for yourselves.
Oh, Canada.
Didn't do fuck all with that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, we ain't going there. And if we are, we's doing some war crimes.
Yeah, that's all we do.
Let's throw out some cans with grenades in them.
Hey, it worked. To be fair, it wasn't a war crime until they decided it was.
Got a point.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever watched the MASH movie. I did watch some of the television show, though. And that was one of those things where it's like anybody who was anybody ended up on that show
Oh my
with
gosh,
a
yes. John
cameo.
Ritter. Who did I see recently?
Yeah. Patrick Swayze was on there one time.
Patrick Swayze was on there, yeah.
Like it's a medical camp in the middle of a war zone. Like
Yeah.
that's the last place you would think a comedy
would be funny as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what made it so good.
You know, people coming in with like their guts spilling out and all sort of awful, terrible injuries, and they're like, "Oh, this is
funny as
this
fuck,
would be
man.
funny."
Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
This sounds like a good idea for a comedy.
Yeah. Yep.
Radar. I loved Radar and his teddy bear.
Yeah, funny how they kept that tradition with shows like ER. We went from one medical drama, comedy to another, and anybody who was anybody showed up on that one.
There was a TV show called ER before the TV show ER. There was a half-hour sitcom called ER back in the day with Elliot Gould, and George Clooney was on that one as well. That was the first ER show he was on. And I loved it. It was hysterical. And Conchetta Farrell, what's her name that just passed away recently from 2.5 Men? Berta.
Oh, yeah.
She was on that show. And the chick from Dances with Wolves. Mary somebody or other.
What was that?
Tatanka.
That's Mike Tatanka.
She said Hawk Tua.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I thought she karate chopped her phone. I was really confused. That's a Dances with Wolves thing, I take it.
Yes. Have you never seen Dances with Wolves?
No.
No.
As he laughs.
2 hours long.
Yeah. I believe that was the Dakota word for buffalo.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Very good, my friend.
Been a while, Yeah.
Since you did the buffalo calls.
Yeah. So yeah, MASH. Awesome. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Throw one out that you love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
What
what was the question? Oh, what have we watched that we maybe watched?
Well, just
because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or did you watch anything that you had never seen? Have you seen any of this? You said you saw the Puppet Masters.
Yep. And I watched it recently because of his passing.
Right.
So you can add that to the
I
list.
watched
a second
it
time.
also because of his passing, and I'm not so sure that I'm a better person for it.
Oh, really?
It's not good.
Oh man.
Then maybe I won't watch it tonight.
It is something.
I like it.
When I was watching it, I thought, man, this is shot like a made-for-TV movie. And I was
Was it a
like,
made-for-TV movie?
I wonder if it was. I looked it up. No, it was not.
I saw it in theaters.
Oh.
Those people in this movie, they underact the fuck out of everything.
Are they like
when they steal that alien,
underacting,
like when
or-
that first alien shows up and they steal it and put it in the briefcase and walk out of that building, they have all the energy of a teenager who's stolen a pack of gum from a 7-Eleven. Like they're just quietly like shuffling out. Ignore the fact that they've just murdered a man.
Oh.
And are now like stealing this alien species. No, they walk out like they're just like, and then Donald Sutherland pulls out like that fucking kung fu with his cane. But again, he does it with the energy of
It's cane fu, and they give that to you when they legally give you a cane. Like you have to take
learn,
classes.
yeah.
You have to learn it. He carries the book with him.
You have to get the training.
Yeah. I've had it.
And he has all the energy of an old guy who's at the retirement home going down for his pills.
Yeah.
How
Nice.
old was he in
Men are
94?
frisky.
I have a answer. I think I know why they did that. Like why I think they were trying to emulate X-Files. Like that whole movie has like a very X-Filesy kind of feel to it.
Everybody in that movie was Scully.
Yeah, yeah, and David Duchovny.
Yeah.
No,
he never really emoted in that show either.
But he had a bit of a charm to him. Like he was the feng shui of X-Files.
Yeah. He was about 59 years old in 94.
Jesus Christ, the dude looked like he was 70.
Unless I'm doing the math wrong. I mean, born in 1935.
Yeah, he's
I'm not
59.
mapping right now.
He looked like he was at least 70, like 70, 75.
Acting, my friends, acting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never
He
seen
wanted
that,
to
but,
appear much older, so he
Yes.
He succeeded.
acted
He
that way.
did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Really
honestly
grungy.
disappointed with my rewatch of Puppet Masters. It sounds like you were too.
Well, it was not a rewatch for me. I saw it for the first time.
It was
Oh!
a watch.
Yeah. So it was my initial watch.
Your
And,
inaugural.
Yes.
Inaugural. I did not say that.
I think maybe my only real disappointment was that Richard Belzer didn't have a bigger part.
I love him.
He barely had a speaking role, and then they killed him in the first 20 minutes, I think.
Who that?
Richard Belzer.
Richard Belzer, he did one of those like
He looks
Law and
how a
Order
Richard
shows.
Belzer would look.
Yeah.
Was he the dude who crushed the IV bag?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to
Okay.
kill
Always with
himself
dark glasses.
when they removed the parasite from his back,
Ooh.
and he just couldn't go on without it. You know what I mean? So he like did some shit to his own IV bag and killed himself. Yeah, it's so weird.
He was fucking dumb.
Yeah, kind of. And it could have ended like 3 or 4 times. And then for some reason,
surprised.
like they still had more story to tell us. So this movie was about, I don't know, an hour 45, and it felt like it was about 3 hours 20.
And that's probably his shortest movie, because I was trying to find something to sneak in before the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, at least I can get through 3/4 of it. And there's like not one of his movies that's under an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
This movie had more endings than The Return of the King.
Wow.
Yeah. Adam, what do you like about the Puppet Masters?
Aliens.
Yeah, I mean it's Body Snatchers light, and it's like the whole like they got Donald Sutherland just because he was in Body Snatchers. Like that was the whole reason for him being in the movie. I thought the aliens were kind of cool. I thought that they had kind of like a neat little.
They looked cool.
design.
I
thought the practical effects in this were pretty good.
Yeah, I like the
I will
noises
give it
that
that.
they made.
What
You
else?
think,
Is
like
there?
the noises they made?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They had cool noises.
They sounded like cicadas.
Yeah.
In this. Yeah.
Right.
They had like these whiplashy like tongues that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They-
I just like
They
movies
used it
where
like
aliens.
Indiana Jones whip. It's like, "Chow," and then
Oh yeah, it does.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got the
whip
little
across the room. Yeah, they were something.
All right, now I got to see this
like the
movie.
Freddy tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just it's like a B horror movie.
Yeah.
It's not out to win
any
awards or anything. It's just
Mhm.
a stupid little monster movie, and
I'm in.
there are room for those
Mhm.
on this planet.
Yeah,
Thank God.
of course.
Just
Yeah,
just
yeah.
before we get off this one, I do want to point out Adam had brought up, like, he's like, hey dude, do you want to watch Puppet Masters with me? And I said, oh, I actually just watched it the other day. And he said, no, not Puppet Master, Puppet Masters. Because the understandable the mistake could be there.
Yeah.
Kid
For
Ryan
sure.
went to the theater to see this because
You thought it was
I
Puppet
thought
Master.
it was a Puppet Master movie.
Oh, that's
And
adorable.
I thought
you were
that-
so disappointed.
I was, because I thought that Donald Sutherland was Guy Rolfe.
That would have been amazing.
So I kept waiting. Like, I'm like, okay, there's this aliens and shit. I'm like, so when's the old man gonna finally like let out all
Make
these
the dolls
puppets
happen.
to kill the aliens? And it didn't fucking happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's disappointing. I'm sorry,
my
Kid
heart.
Ryan.
Yeah. That's a shame. Yeah. This makes me want to read the book, though. Considering that we're a group of the book is better people. And I do like Robert Heinlein. So the fact that there is a book of the same name and they credit his name in the title of this movie makes me want to go dig up that book and read it. Just to find out.
Just so you can say it's totally better than that movie.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a better read than it is a watch. You know what I mean? Maybe the adaptation was just, poor. That's kind of my thoughts on it.
It was all the cocaine they were doing.
Probably. It's an epidemic.
You're not kidding.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a big cokehead. I don't know. I might be making that up.
I don't know.
I might be making that up.
Yeah.
You can't
Is
get
that
mad at
called
us. He's dead.
slander?
Yeah, exactly. Can't get mad at us. He's dead. Um,
That's
Nick-
Ryan's theory. I
yeah,
love
exactly. Nicole,
Yes.
what's another Donald Sutherland movie that you really like, or something you watched recently?
One that I love is actually one of his more recent.
Mhm.
And then I look at what year it came out, and I'm like, that's not recent, but to me it is.
Mhm.
I'm going. I love a good villain, and I
Okay.
loved him in the Hunger Games
Hunger Games.
as President Snow. He was just. I can't even, not even cold or callous. He was just evil in this movie. You know, he was human, but he was. Oh my God, he was so good. And in the whole series, he was fantastic. Just
Mhm.
horrible, miserable President Snow who just had no problem killing children to keep the ratings up for the Capitol. You know, he was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
So many good outfits.
Yeah.
So many good
He was
outfits.
so great as President Snow.
President Snow.
And then, he plays this horrible, evil character. And then there's a scene with his granddaughter who's maybe 9 or 10 years old. And he's so loving and encouraging and caring. And, but it's
Then
not
he
his
slaughters
granddaughter
everyone's
being
children.
called to the Hunger Games, Yeah, he's just he was such a great actor.
Yeah. That was a good one. I wasn't super into the idea of the Hunger Games, and I wasn't gonna watch them, but my wife read the books, and she's like, "Oh, the movies are coming out. I gotta watch them." So I end up seeing them as a side effect of her desire to watch these things. And you know what? They're not bad. They really aren't.
You're very good.
Yeah.
And
well
how
done.
many memes have we gotten for I Volunteer as Tribute?
I say it all the time.
That's right.
Nothing else.
Yep.
We have that.
And the costumes in this movie were fantastic. I'm still trying to make the sweater that Katniss wore, the one-armed thing that she wore. It was just so cool.
Oh,
yeah.
You're trying to make that?
I've tried making it. Yeah, I have not been successful, but I've tried.
Are you knitting this thing?
Crocheting.
Or you? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I try to make the gimp suit from Pulp Fiction, but I
Jesus.
just can't get the zippers right.
You know what?
Oh.
Sure there's
So
somebody
many
who's got
zippers.
Sure there's
Some
somebody
of
who's
they're
got
crafty,
to
yeah.
stop selling those.
There are a few of them. Yes.
The smalls.
I've never seen a Hunger Games.
No?
Really?
Oh, watch the first one just to see if it's something you'd be into.
All right. I'm not.
I really like them. I like
If I
the
see that
books.
youth, what is it called? Youth fiction?
Yeah, youth fiction,
I just
young adult fiction.
young adult fiction.
I don't consider that a young adult movie because we see children die. I mean, it's
Lots of them.
not. It's dark. It is a very
It's
dark
like
movie.
What
A
the
much more
hell?
muted version of Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's watered down.
With
Battle
better
Royale.
costumes and.
But to be
Hold
fair, young adult fiction can be surprisingly violent. Did you
Yeah.
guys watch those Fear Street movies on Netflix?
Yes, my God.
Those
they
are
were.
based off of young adult books.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Even Harry Potter, towards the end of the series, it gets
Hmm.
adult. It is very adult.
People be dying.
Yeah, characters that you know and love that have been with you throughout the entire series are just dropping dead.
And Dobby. That
Dobby.
little
Oh
Dobby.
God. Snape. Spoiler alert.
No.
I have never cried that hard in the theater in my life as when Snape.
If people don't know by now that Snape dies in Harry Potter, they deserve to have it spoiled.
Exactly. But
Holy
yeah,
crap.
Hunger Games is a great series. It's a great franchise. It's very I don't want to say original, but it's very
It's well done. I thought it
unique. It is.
Yeah.
It's with everything in it. Like I said, the costumes and the characters' names, and because nobody's named, like Ryan or Adam. They're named, PETA and Katniss, and
Peter. Sorry,
I was just
always
going to say
think of-
that's
can't-
Peter with a Brooklyn accent.
yeah, exactly. That's
It's
Mike
Family
did the
Guy.
best.
How
Mike
Lois
did the
says
right.
Peter.
Yeah,
Can't.
it's amazing.
I think you'd like Adam for How do you like your children to be murdered? Like in a one at a time in a large group, like
Killer bees, poison, big pointy spear.
Exactly.
big pointy
Possible joint suicide.
But they're murdered by
Yeah.
other children, so that makes it better.
That makes it
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Survival of the fittest.
Mhm.
So, has anybody seen the Kentucky Fried Movie?
I was going to bring that
No.
up. It's on my list. I fucking love that movie. I have no recollection of him being in it.
Apparently for about 10 seconds, but I mean,
Okay.
I just found it.
I own that movie. I love that movie. You've seen that, right, Adam?
What's that?
Kentucky Fried Movie?
No.
Okay. It's
There he is.
ridiculous, and you will love everything about it.
He played a clumsy
Donald
clumsy
Sutherland
waiter.
as the clumsy waiter.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't really in the movie. That was
10 out of 10 makes the whole movie.
That was it.
oh my god, Adam.
I might have to
Brian, I
watch that.
shouldn't even ask. I know you've never seen it.
Oh,
No. It's raunchy, it's funny, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
They're shorts,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
can't satisfy your wife. That big the guy,
Yeah.
big black guy comes busting through the wall.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's kind of like Airplane. Is it like that? Is it
It's
that
like
kind of
Airplane,
humor?
yes.
Oh, then I'll love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's like if you just do like a whole bunch of like little segments
Little
that
shorts,
mean
yeah,
nothing
they're
and
like
just
all
like
little-
splice them all together. You
I
know,
like
they're
that.
like
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
Grasshopper.
I just remember the one part where it's like they tell you the truth about masturbation, and there's this kid with like his eyes all covered in
Gauze.
like green shit or something like that, and he's like screaming, ah! So
There's so
God.
many. Oh
Yeah.
god, it's so ridiculous.
absolutely.
Just before we jumped into Kentucky Fried Movie there, Clint, I wanted to ask you about the Hunger Games. You said your wife read the books and then saw the movies.
Mhm.
What did she think they were good? The movies?
Yeah,
I read the books
Yeah, she
before I
did. She
saw
loved
the
them.
movies.
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
she loved them, and I guess they were close enough to what was written in the books.
They're pretty close,
She
yeah.
didn't nitpick them that much.
I mean, there were
so, yeah.
details in the books that weren't in the movie, but it wasn't anything.
Mhm.
The
You
movie
know.
was entertaining. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't feel gypped.
Yep. So in 1978, he was in Animal House.
I love it.
I love
And,
that fucking
I
movie.
I know that
Animal
He was the
um,
professor that slept with what's his name's girlfriend.
Karen Allen,
Aaron
was it?
Allen. Slept
Yeah.
with Boone's girlfriend,
Mhm.
and we saw his ass. I think that was probably the first
Man ass you ever saw?
man ass I ever saw. I was like I said, I was way too young to be watching what I was watching.
Mhm.
But and I didn't even get half the jokes. But yeah, that was Donald Sutherland was my first male ass I think that I ever saw. Yep,
Nicole was getting that Canadian content young.
Nice.
yeah.
I was.
What's everyone else's first male ass on screen?
And probably my first set of boobs too.
Yeah.
I don't
Ass in general or male ass?
Male ass.
Male ass.
because
That would
Stripes was
be
probably my first
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, really?
Hood.
When Kevin Costner's taking a shower in the waterfall.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
When
That
did
was Kevin
um,
Costner ass.
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective come out?
Mm,
That was like in the 90s, wasn't it? Like
It must have been before that.
I don't know if there was man ass in
94.
Stripes.
94.
Yeah. No, would have had to have seen one before that.
Mine would have been Bachelor Party.
Oh, Porky's.
That's Tom Hanks movie.
Porky's. There were quite
There were
a
a
few.
lot of Porky's
Not
and
just
Bachelor
asses, but
Party.
other
I saw
things,
both
yeah.
of those very
Yeah.
young.
Actually, yeah,
Porky's might
Porky's
have
was
been
probably
my
my
first
introduction to everything because I saw
Yeah.
that Way too young.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I still think a bachelor
Interesting.
party with the hot dog scene every time.
Yep. Oh wow.
And Porky's too
Okay.
with that. So basically,
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't ask me why we manhandle them. Sorry.
that's awesome. So 1978 looked like a big year for him. He did Animal House. He did The Great Train Robbery. He did Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
God, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody ever see The Great Train Robbery? Because I have
Mm-mm.
not.
I don't think I have.
I have not seen that.
I'm feeling a lot better about how many Donald Sutherland movies I've seen, by the way.
Okay.
You've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right?
Yes, I've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's what.
Okay. Well, what do you want to say about that? Did you
Buffy.
like him as her?
I like Giles
Slayer
better.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, is it just me or does Donald Sutherland play the same character in every movie?
What?
Doesn't.
What?
He doesn't.
He plays tired old man in everything.
No.
I never get tired from him.
No.
No, he's tired.
Well,
No.
right.
No.
Yeah.
Like he's
Animal
tired
House
in
is
Buffy.
completely
He's
different
tired in
than
Puppet Masters.
President Snow.
He's
Well, he
tired
was
in
an old
Backdraft.
man then.
Go
Yeah.
watch
There's a whole filmography. Like,
I know.
Go back
Introduction.
before 1990.
Invasion of the
Okay,
Body
yeah, that
Snatchers.
might be my problem because, like I said, Buffy and I guess,
Mhm.
Buffy Backdraft, like these are when I was starting to see him. So, what did you
Yeah.
say, Clint? He was like 59, and
Yeah.
in the 90s, 59 was like 78.
Oh, what about the movie Don't Look Now? Has
those are
anybody
Canadian
seen
years.
that? Those are
Don't Look Now.
Canadian years.
No, I've never seen Don't Look Now.
That was, what year did that? Clint, have you ever seen Don't Look Now? Nicole, anybody?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I gotta look up
Don't
what
Look
year that
Now.
was. I think that was 70s.
73.
It's about, what is it?
73.
73.
I'm gonna
It's
say
about-
probably not.
He and his
Is that the one with the dead kid?
with the dead kid. His daughter dies, and they go to, I don't know, Venice or something, and he keeps thinking he sees her everywhere.
Yeah.
Julie Christie is who plays his wife.
The
Oh, wow.
red jacket.
Yeah, it's a raincoat or something. Was it red or was
I-
it yellow? Yeah, maybe it was red. He was young in that.
I want to say I did see this, but it probably been 30, 40 years.
I don't want to give the ending away. Yes, it was a red coat. I don't want to give the ending away because it's,
I hear that one's really good.
yeah, I
It's
like it.
streaming on Pluto if anybody wants to see it.
Okay.
Excellent.
I don't have Pluto.
It's probably on the server. I'm
Pluto's
sure.
awesome. There's a Godzilla
Pluto's
channel.
fantastic.
There's
Yeah.
a Mystery Science Theater channel.
Isn't
Yeah.
Pluto
Oh.
free?
Wait, I have Pluto
It
TV,
is.
but they don't have movies.
It's free. It's an app.
Yeah,
Like
I think there's a
Netflix.
way to look. So they have like streaming TV, and then I think there's a way to go to a movie section on.
Yeah,
that.
no, in Canada we only have the TV, and it's
Oh,
literally called Pluto TV.
okay, but
we don't
I
have
think
a
it's on
movie
the
section.
server, Ryan.
And apparently Donald Sutherland has a sex scene in this movie.
Yes.
And Don't
How
Look Now.
about that?
Yeah.
Well, the rumor for the really long time was that it was actually not simulated, like they were actually having sex.
In that movie,
Hmm
Really?
I believe I've heard that.
I've heard that with Antichrist with Willem Dafoe and
I heard they
I've
needed a
never
prosthetic
seen
for that movie because his was too intimidating.
ooh.
I
But-
see.
What a problem to have, you know?
Yeah, right.
Of course, he actually
Oh,
looks like the
God.
Green Goblin, so of course his schlong would be.
Hey,
like
Willem Dafoe is
the length of my arm.
still fucking, yeah, he's still a sexy man.
He did
will
that
always
movie
be
with
a sexy
Madonna
man.
where like she pours wax on his tiny, tiny nipples. And I just remember as I was a young lady and I just go, look at the smallest nipples I've ever seen. They're like little dime sized nipples. But I guess if they're coming at you with wax, you
Yeah, Exactly. Maybe
Everything
he
would shrivel.
maybe he pulled the showgirl's trick ahead of time and like hit him with ice,
give them
Yeah.
a little,
make him
make them perky.
smaller. Yeah.
We are on topic.
We are
Excellent.
Totally.
Donald Sutherland and Willem Dafoe.
Has anybody seen? It's a newer movie, Mr. Harrington's Phone.
Mr. Harrington's Phone? The hell is
Yeah,
that?
it just came out. It's a Stephen King short
Oh,
story. It just came out in like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. It was kind of good. It's streaming now.
Okay.
It's about a bunch of dick pics that Mr. Harrington has on his phone.
Yeah, probably.
No, it's a sweet movie. It's
It could still be a sweet movie.
yeah. He gets his first phone. And then he gets buried with his phone. And the kid that gives him the phone calls him. And then
he gets married with
talks to him from beyond the grave.
Well, sort of.
That's interesting.
Tells him when things are going wrong, and those things end up righting themselves when those people accidentally fall off a roof or something.
Oh. Wow. That's something.
That's something.
I have a question for you guys, because I can only think of one movie where Donald Sutherland and Kiefer were in it together, and that was A Time to Kill.
I love that movie. That's on my list. With Matthew McConaughey and
good call.
Well, that was a one and done for me, because that was just too.
It's awful. I read the book
traumatic
too.
to watch.
Because it's so realistic, like the courtroom,
child rape and murder.
That final speech that he gives at the end, the closing speech to the jury, was just.
I forgot that Kiefer was in that.
Yeah. Oh, he played a KKK member.
Oh. Clint, you know what we should do when we run out of Donald Sutherland? We should just transfer subtly over to Kiefer.
And don't tell anybody. This Flatliners movie was the bomb.
Yeah, it was amazing. Remember him in Mirrors?
Phone booth?
Oh, God. Mirrors.
So some movies I know I saw years ago, but...
He looked really young.
Oh, you got to get Hunger Games up at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
That's right. Forgot about it.
But yeah, Time to Kill. He was great and everything, but I just remember that's the only movie that I remember seeing the two of them in together. So I didn't know off the top of your head.
I can't think of anything.
I can't say that I could think of anything beyond that. I mean, I didn't think of that. Honestly, I don't think I ever saw that one.
Oh, it's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch, but it's a tough.
Is that the one with Matthew McConaughey?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's got everything.
It's
got domestic violence. It's got child rape and attempted murder. It's got Samuel Jackson is in it.
I was gonna ask that. Like I remember that line
seen it.
specifically. Yes, I killed him and he deserved to die, or something like that.
Yeah. I'd do it again.
Yeah.
All right. So Max Dugan Returns, 1983. They were in together.
Okay.
1996. Time to Kill.
Okay.
And one more. Forsaken. The 2016 Western.
Okay.
I didn't see it either. I think it might have been a Clint Eastwood, if I'm remembering
I
correctly.
think you're thinking of Unforgiven.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. So what is this one? This one is... Who was it? Well, they were both in Forsaken. I don't know.
To be fair, though, it'd be a relatively safe bet if you're talking about a Western that Clint Eastwood might be in it.
Oh, I thought he directed it. I don't know that he was in it.
Well, that's very possible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't believe Clint Eastwood outlived Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I don't mean for that to sound horrible, but Clint Eastwood he's getting
like
up there.
99?
He's like
He's old.
Today is Mel Brooks' 97th birthday.
Oh, I love him.
And he's making Spaceballs 2.
Yeah.
How about that?
For the money, my friends.
I wonder if it'll still hit as well.
I mean,
wonder
I'll
if he's
see it.
lost his edge.
Is he still going to play the president?
Yogurt.
Oh, he played
and
Yogurt
yeah.
and President's Group.
Why didn't anybody tell me my ass was this big?
Why didn't anybody tell me my ass was so big?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
We got any Sylvester Stallone fans here?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
What was he in with Sylvester Stallone?
It was Lock Up.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you know, I
He was
watched
the
that
wolf.
movie in the last couple. Since I've been
Yeah.
in Florida, I watched that movie, but I forgot he was in that.
Yeah. Yep. Played Warden Drumgool. Yeah, and he was some super hard ass warden. And I don't remember enough of the story to remember why he had it in for Stallone's character.
Stallone was a
But-
cop originally, I think, and he was crooked. And and again, I'm just going off memory, but I think he ended up getting put in prison. And it was originally supposed to be like, oh, you're a cop, you'll get put here, but he then got put in the
He got transferred. I remember that.
and because they set him up.
Yeah, and he was such a dick as a warden. He played a dick character really well.
Yeah.
Like because he took him on a tour and then like he showed him like the area of the prison that used to be a gas chamber, but it was converted to like an electric chair. And then he's like, it no longer worked, but he's like, I restored it, so it's functional now. And he like made him sit in the chair and like strapped him in for a while just to mess with him.
Just
It's
for funsies.
Yeah, just for fun.
I think we should watch Space Cowboys again because I haven't seen that since.
Oh God,
Space Cowboys.
Was that the one with Tommy Lee Jones and?
Yes.
Okay.
The old, and then they send them up again. I haven't seen that since it probably first came out.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually.
What kind of? Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Clint.
No, I was just gonna say, what kind of aliens did they encounter when they went up?
I don't think it was aliens.
Space Indians.
It was just a bunch
Space
of old
Indians.
astronauts
It's just old astronauts going to the moon for some
going
reason.
back to the moon like 40 years later. Yeah, something like
Living
that.
the life again.
But
Yeah.
in my journey
What up?
to not see Donald Sutherland movies, this one is actually very special and dear to my heart.
Oh my God.
I used to work at a movie theater when I was a teenager. It was my first job.
Okay.
And it was a single screen, and we could watch the movie while we were working because nobody like this is the kind of old school movie theater where you could see the screen from the
front.
concession stand.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
That movie played for 7 days straight. I have not seen it because I didn't give a fuck
about
that
old men
movie.
going into space.
So me and the girl that I worked with, we just played Monopoly for like 7 days.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You turned your back on the screen.
We did.
In his pursuit to never see a Donald
Only
Sutherland.
thing I know about that movie is the final shot,
Okay.
which I'm not going to spoil. But that's the only thing I know about Space Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool if they like went back to the moon because like one of them left their wallet there.
God damn it! I'm always
And
leaving.
You know, it's like
That would be me. I left my phone up
but
there.
I get it back. You know.
I had 9 stamps on my Quiznos sub card, and I'll be damned if I'm going to leave
If
it.
I
up
let
there.
that go.
You know how expensive Quiznos is? I'm getting my free 6-inch meatball.
I want a meatballs.
It would be cheaper to go back to the moon than to buy the sub.
Yeah. At least
I do
somebody
remember-
else is picking up the tab. Do you
One
remember
of
what?
one of the few comedies he did
Uh-huh.
was, and he wasn't in it long, which is a shame, but Horrible Bosses.
That's true. I saw
He
that
played
Good movie.
what's his name's boss? And he died in like the first 5 minutes of the movie. And then his son, Colin, somebody help me out here. Colin
I've never seen it.
Farrell.
Farrell, thank you. Played his son, and he was just a horrible human being. It's really one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And it's a shame he wasn't in it longer because he's Donald Sutherland.
God damn it.
But he was great. He was great in it. Just dropped dead of a heart attack in the parking lot.
I wrote down a lot of movies that I know I've seen, but I have no recollection of Donald Sutherland actually being in them.
Mm-hmm.
But like Outbreak, I just don't remember him in Outbreak.
I was just going to bring that up. I don't either.
He was the monkey.
He
Oh,
was
Jesus.
the monkey. He's got such range.
Yeah, yeah. He was the old Ebola-ridden monkey.
God, poor guy.
All right, I'll give you one that I remember seeing in my teen years. That was a made-for-TV movie, but the network that it was made for was USA.
Wow.
Yeah. There was a movie called Quicksand No Escape. Did anyone see that?
No, I don't think I've even heard of that.
Okay. Well, he was in it with Tim Matheson.
I remember.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was he was some like private investigator. Tim Matheson character did something really stupid, and this guy like had dirt on him and threw it in his face, and he was like blackmailing him. So the whole movie was just basically Tim Matheson's character, trying to figure out how to get out of his blackmail situation with Donald Sutherland. Yeah. So he ended up finally like digging some dirt on him and
Sounds good.
getting some mob people pissed off at him so that they'd go after him.
Because he plays like a cold-hearted bastard really well.
Yeah.
Like some, So I could see that being a good role for him.
Yeah. And he was just trying to extort money out of him, and he really did a great job of that, like being pretty believable because, like you said, he plays a dick really well.
Yeah.
And at one point, he even tries to get Tim Matheson's character to like commit murder because of what he has on him. Like, wow, this is pretty crazy. Where like I remember he was like giving him instructions, like put on this pair of latex gloves, then put on a second pair, then touch the gun. You know what I mean? that type of thing.
They were also in Animal House together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know why I got Tim Matheson and Timothy Hutton mixed up.
Oh, I got you.
Timothy Hutton was in Ordinary People, right?
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Dr. Terror's House of Terror? Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. It's an anthology horror movie. Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee. Isn't that weird? Like that's how old we're talking going back. Donald Sutherland was in a movie with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking something up right now? And I'm talking. Were you looking something up? Okay. No. I thought maybe you were. No. I'm a little distracted with something else going on. Sorry. I thought maybe you were in the process of looking something up.
I was trying to find what you were talking about.
Oh, okay. My bad. Anyway, yeah, he's in it. He's in one of the short stories. There's like 4 of them, I want to say, and he plays like this doctor, and he's moving like he's the new doctor of a small town, and he has a new bride, and it turns out that like his wife is like a vampire. Spoiler alert. And he basically gets framed by this other doctor to stake his wife. Okay. And it's because the doctor wants to be the only doctor in the town, and he knows, even though like that's the only way to get rid of a vampire, he knows that like no one's going to believe him, and he's going to go to jail. So I mean, that's basically it in a nutshell. Guess you don't have to watch it now. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors.
Never even heard of it.
The trailer looks cool.
Yeah.
1965. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, there he is. I was like, where the hell is he? And I see him here in this one scene. Ooh, old enough he had like blonde hair and the comb over.
Yeah, dude. Wow. He was a young dude.
Yeah.
He was about 30.
Yeah. He would have been at his prime.
Peter Cushing.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to believe. You spend your whole life looking at somebody who's old. You know what I mean? And then you go back far enough to see him when they're young, and you're like, holy shit, he's young here.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Except Steve Martin, because he's just always been old.
Yeah, he's been old since he was, a teenager.
I think he's been gray since he was in his late 20s.
Teens, yeah.
I think that's true.
He was turning gray at Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
That happens.
Have you ever seen the movie All of Me? We need to watch that.
Yes, I love with Lily Tomlin. Yes,
I saw that in the movies back in the day. I love that movie.
Yeah.
That one sounds good. I might have to look for that.
It does.
I mean, anthology movies are always fun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
Oh, I love anthologies.
Yeah. I always have too, like Trilogy of Terror.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Karen Black, the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Tales from the Dark Side, all of them.
Oh, I love that one too.
That is a
Blondie,
good
the
one.
movie.
What?
Um,
I've not seen this movie, but I'm
okay.
kind of cheating and looking at his filmography.
Oh,
Yeah.
we all are.
He was in a
I'm not.
movie. He was in a movie called The Day of the Locust.
But it has
And
nothing to do with horror.
Look at what his character's name is.
What's it?
Day of the
Just tell me.
Locust.
The Day of the Locust. Look at what his character's name is.
What was that? The
Hang on, hang
70s?
on, hang on.
It was
Locust.
1974.
Homer.
Oh, I just looked that up.
Do you see
before,
his
yeah.
last name?
I'm gonna have to hold on.
Hang on. Karen Black was in it.
No, I don't see his last name.
No.
His name's
Just
Homer
like-
Simpson,
Are you
Get out.
serious?
which is kind
Get
of funny.
Out.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! So for the first time, The Simpsons didn't do it first.
Although, check out
But
the
they did
cast
it
in that.
better.
Yeah, Burgess Meredith, William
Yeah.
Atherton.
Karen Black.
Man.
Wow.
And he
Pepe
also did an
Serna.
episode of The Simpsons. What's
He
that?
did.
Pepe Serna.
Jackie Earl Haley is in this.
Billy Barty's
I
in
love
it. Holy crap.
Oh my god.
One of the
Wait, Jackie Earl
Famous-
Haley was in a movie in 1974.
Yep.
He was in a bunch of. He was a kid actor.
Yeah. Did you
Oh,
ever
I didn't
see
know
Yeah, he was in
Bad
Bad News
Bears?
Bears.
You never saw Bad News
Yeah.
Bears?
No, I've never
I
seen
had such
Bad
a
News
crush
Bears.
on him.
Oh,
Bad
Bad
News
News
Bears.
Bears is great.
Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. Everybody always thinks Ryan is like this lexicon of cinema knowledge. That's because Ryan's seen the same 12 movies 1,000
lot.
times.
12. All right. 1,200.
Lexicon.
Now
is
you've
gonna
seen
be
a
our
lot
new
more than
nickname.
that. I think you just stopped at
I
a
know.
certain year.
I just know. I'm
don't forgot.
I'm very much that meme. The fuck it, let's watch Sleepaway Camp 3 again. Meme.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me in a nutshell. I
Gotcha.
have this list of movies I could be watching, and I'm like,
Mhm.
nope. I'm just gonna throw on Bloodsport again.
I might
I
have to
do
watch
like
Day of
that
the
one.
Locust just because his name is Homer Simpson. I might have to.
And watch Troll 2 for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh, we all
No,
have those
Troll
puppets,
1. Troll 1 is
you
Harry
know.
Potter.
Oh, Troll 1's Harry Potter? Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I'm
You're
very
right.
sure.
Oh,
Troll
I
1
asked
is one of the movies that Ryan has seen over
Yes,
and
12
over
times,
and
yes.
over again.
Yeah.
You're right.
And I just watched it for the first time.
Played by
So-
Noah Hathaway, I think. Right?
You just saw Troll for
I
the first time?
believe So.
Olin
Oh,
made
that's
me
right. You
watch
watched it with Olin.
Yeah.
Oh, that made you watch. What'd you think of that?
Honestly, I immediately thought this has to be one of Ryan's favorite movies. That was the
love
first thing I thought.
Yeah.
5 minutes into it, I'm like, Ryan loves this movie. I know he does.
That's
like
the
an
one
immediate
that
burger.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus,
Yeah.
Sonny Bono. Yeah.
and the mom from Lost in Space.
Yeah.
That's what blew my mind. I'm like, that's
And,
the mom from Lost in Space. She's playing a witch.
Did you recognize the kid, Nicole? The Harry Potter? He was Atreyu from The Neverending Story.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I did. Yeah.
And it had, what's his name in it from The Stuff?
Yeah,
I've never
Michael
seen
Moriarty.
this stuff.
Michael Moriarty.
Oh yeah, he plays
Cue the
Harry
winged
Potter.
serpent,
Harry
Michael
Potter Senior.
Moriarty.
Yeah, the Winged and the Serpent. Cue the Winged Serpents, Michael Moriarty.
Although I do have to say that dance number was probably one of the best 30 seconds in film history.
Oh, yeah.
That
I'm
was
convinced you
fantastic.
didn't even know the camera was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen Final Fantasy The Spirits Within?
No.
I got one.
No.
You
got
got
one.
one.
I got one.
Is that
I've seen
animation or is that
It
live
is,
action?
yes. It's
Okay, that's
animation.
fine.
It's based off of a video game.
I know. I
Okay.
knew the video game part. I just didn't know if it was.
It's also a movie with Donald Sutherland that Ryan watched and was very disappointed because he was expecting something very different.
And now I want to go
What?
watch Fallen again because I don't remember him being in that movie either.
He's in
Fallen?
Fallen?
The Denzel
Like
With
with Denzel?
Denzel.
Huh.
Really?
I remember Denzel. I remember John Goodman.
Right. I don't
I remember
remember.
Vincent D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio's in that, isn't he? Not Vincent D'Onofrio. Oh my God.
I could look it up.
James
I was-
Gandolfini.
Oh, James Gaff.
No.
Yes,
Oh, then I definitely have to watch.
Isn't Ilias Koteas in it?
I love
Yes, he
Elias
is.
Koteas.
Fallen?
Yes, he is.
And
Yeah.
Beth Davids.
Denzel. Oh, I love Beth Davis.
Oh yeah, check out Fallen. It's actually pretty. It's not a good movie, but the premise alone will make
Elias
you watch it
Koteas.
all the way through.
Oh, I forgot to write down.
Robert
I
Joy.
mean, again, I
Robert
haven't seen it
Joy's in
years,
it,
but I
Ryan.
remember liking it a lot because that's where he goes. It's like the serial killer jumps from body to body or something. Kind of like the Final Power, or what was that movie with Blue Diamond Phillips? First Power.
You're gonna
First
have
Power.
to.
First Power.
Oh, First Power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, I can't. Every time I see Robert Joy or hear his name, all I think of is Hamlet.
I think I'm boring everybody to tears. We haven't had a comment in a while. Here's one. One of the best. R.I.P.
Yes.
Robert Joy truly was one of the best.
Oh my God. I can't think of him without seeing that fucking scene
That stupid creature coming out of the water.
and ripping his face off. I can't. It was so bad.
3D.
That scream he does.
Poor Robert Joy. Oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, Fallen is one that I'm gonna have to watch again because I haven't seen it in fucking forever.
Nice.
Yeah, again, probably since the 90s, since it came out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It was one of those body hopping movies, so it was a lot like Shocker in that.
Or like Friday the
in that
13th
regard.
Part 9.
Yeah, much like that.
Yeah.
Incredible cinema.
Nicole
come
loves
on.
that movie.
Although, forgive me, God forgive me, Joe, if you're listening, and Adam, I would rather watch Jason Goes to Hell than Don't Let Him Down.
Then which?
Oh, shots fired.
Then what? Then which one?
Dawn of the
Dawn of
Dead.
the
Dawn of the Dead. I should have known. Yeah, I forgot.
At least it has like Stephen Williams. Like he was, he's entertaining.
Plus, you
Yeah,
love
that's
the
right.
director.
I love the director. Adam Marcus is just an amazing human being.
Mhm. I threw a movie in the
What makes him amazing?
banner here.
I met him at New
Marcus?
Jersey Horror Con. He's a
He's a
sweetheart.
sweetheart.
He's so nice.
Because he's
nice.
alive and he made Secret Santa.
He made
Yes.
Secret Santa, and he liked my hair. He complimented my hair.
Everybody seems amazing at those cons, and then they turn out to be like that Return of the Living Dead guy. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I was gonna say, to be fair too, all the Drunk Ryan reviews I've done, he's the only director who's actually reached out to me afterwards and thanked me
Yes.
for writing
He's amazing.
Maybe I was
He
movie.
answers messages. He answers your, he replies to you on Facebook.
He's a really
just
nice guy.
So down to earth. And I was almost in tears meeting him, and he seemed very humbled.
What?
Yeah.
He seemed
cool.
confused.
He was confused. I'm standing there going, I love this movie. This is one of my favorites. I watch it in the middle of the summer. I don't even care. I would-
Don't talk to me about Jason Goes to Hell, but
Yeah. He's like, oh, I like this. And he pulls at my hair because I had the purple streak in it,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I was.
That's
feeling
awesome.
so
Okay,
bad.
I didn't.
was
Yeah, you guys had like a
feeling
bonding
so
experience.
Yeah.
It was bonding for me, probably not for him. He was probably grateful to see me walk away from his fucking table.
To his credit, he said that in one of his interviews that he was raised by choreographers, so he is in touch with his feelings and his feminine side.
You can dance.
Yeah,
He's a playwright and so forth. So yeah,
he is. He's an artist.
he loves people. He's just one of those guys.
He is. He's just.
Yeah.
I just love
people
that.
who need people are the luckiest people.
I think I can name a Donald Sutherland movie that we've all seen.
Yeah.
Virus.
Yes.
Yes. With
What are your
Jamie Lee-
thoughts on Virus
Jamie Lee
there,
Curtis.
Ryan?
And was it Billy Baldwin?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I
I
think
think
I have
that's
seen
right.
it.
Yeah, William Baldwin.
How do you know we all saw that one? Because that's pretty
Because
obscure.
everybody saw that one.
I don't think I have.
No, come on, Nicole.
It took me a long time. I think I saw it
Robot-
about a year ago.
Robot aliens.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen it either.
Donald Sutherland's accent changes 3 times in that movie.
After outrunning a typhoon at sea, a strong-willed tugboat navigator and her crew discover a high-tech alien life form just taking control of a Russian research vessel and aims to destroy on a massive scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll put that on my watch list.
Yeah. And somehow it can design things that are really complicated and intricate with like whatever wiring and spare parts is available. So yeah,
Who
and
is
then
that?
it
basically
hybrids the people, so the people
Yeah.
become wired and pieced together with mechanical shit. It's
The
really
special
weird.
effects are bonkers.
They are pretty crazy. I didn't
Has
care for
anybody
the movie
seen-
much.
That is the only takeaway from that movie too, by the way, is the special effects, because that movie fucking sucks.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch this.
Fellini's
It's like the
Casanova.
thing on the boat with like mechanical things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Right.
like if the alien creature were like Blair from The Thing and just like he was building shit and then like implanting it into people, sure.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, Donald
I'm
Sutherland
only
plays
saying
the,
that because he built that thing underneath the shed. that
yeah,
they were
plays the.
keeping
No,
in.
you're absolutely right.
Very
Yeah, Donald Sutherland plays the captain. He's drunk through most of it.
Mhm.
I think he might have been drunk in real life.
probably.
Method
That's back
actor.
when you were allowed to drink on movie sets.
I
That's old school acting, you know. That's
Yeah.
like
really
Dean
want to see
Martin
this
acting.
movie Casanova.
Yeah.
Casanova.
He plays Casanova in a movie in '76.
Interesting. Anybody seen a movie called Citizen X?
Yes.
I want to. This was
I
made
have
for
not.
TV. I think HBO did it.
HBO, yeah.
Yeah, back in
Stephen Ray.
'95.
Oh, I love
So
Stephen
Russia's like first confirmed serial killer.
Yeah,
Max von
and he was,
Sydow,
he
Jeffrey
was
DeMond,
very prolific too. I remember
Yeah,
seeing this.
very.
John Wood. Oh my God.
Because
Yeah. Imelda Staunton.
they
Mhm.
were ill prepared to deal with a serial killer because they thought it was just a Western phenomenon.
Right.
They were just like, we're all fucked up, over here, and that's why we have serial killers. And they, so they were very behind the times as far as like trying to determine what a serial killer's MO and what their patterns and behaviors and stuff are. So, or even just trying to, thinking that it's one guy.
Yeah.
And so it took them forever
Yeah.
to find this guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
And
you
he
get like
was.
hundreds of people.
Oh yeah. And he liked to grab a lot of like prostitutes and so forth, and like basically stab them to death. And it was God. It's such a creepy ass movie because he had like an issue with like performance anxiety with women. So like, of course, he couldn't get it up. He'd get these prostitutes. They'd laugh at him. He'd kill them. And like he admitted later to like jerking off on their corpses and stuff like that. It's a really wild ass movie. And I remember specifically, like by the end of it, like they had put like some facts about the case up that didn't make any sense. Like the blood type of his samples didn't match his actual blood type. And I was like, that's really weird. Like that almost seems like they convicted somebody with false evidence. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any remembrances of that, but
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that movie's like it's sick, makes your skin crawl.
Oh,
It's
for
not
sure.
a fun watch by any stretch of the
This
imagination.
is Citizen X you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I've never seen that.
Yeah. But apparently Donald Sutherland is in that as Colonel Mikhail
Yeah.
Fetisov.
He's one of the Russian people
He's in everything.
assigned to like solve the case, but he's not the head guy, right? He's this like, or I'm sorry, he's not like the main. He's not the star, right?
No.
He's just like, I think he's Stephen Ray's boss, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Isn't that the actor Stephen Ray?
Let me look
Am I
at
saying
that
it
real
right?
quick because I'm
Stephen
not sure.
Ray was
Yeah.
in Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So Stephen Ray, Donald Sutherland, Max von Sydow, or Sydow.
I
Sorry,
love
I never say his name right. But yes, that is accurate.
So there's a movie on my list that I've seen, have no recollection of him being in it. Has anybody seen Die Die My Darling?
No.
I watched it with my mom one day because she likes the old black and whites. He had to be young. Let me see when that came out. I have it on my list. But basically, this woman's husband dies. They're young, and she goes to stay with his mother, which she's never met before. And the mother ends up blaming her for the son's death and like locks her in the house and tries to murder her.
Wow.
So odd. It's from 1965. Tallulah Bankhead plays the mother. Stephanie Powers plays the wife, and I don't think that he played the husband, but
There's a name you don't hear enough of. Tallulah.
Tallulah. Yeah.
Mm.
I think you hear the right amount of it. That's not fair. It seems like a very pretty name. I've never seen this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected you to. It was a young woman is terrorized by her deceased fiance's demented mother who blames her for her son's death. And I'm pretty sure that Donald Sutherland plays like the farm hand, like the mentally retarded farm hand, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
He was young. Came out in
Gotcha.
65.
There was a young mentally retarded farmhand.
Well, he was born in 35. It came out in 65, so he was 30 years old. You know,
Okay.
you don't see that many movies of him.
That's relatively young, yes.
You mean mentally challenged, right?
I was just going to say, you can't really use that word anymore.
I hate that word. I absolutely fucking hate that word.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I am.
So.
Yeah. Well, then I apologize for my usage of it last week.
I don't even remember you saying it last week.
I did.
I think I pointed it out last
I didn't even
week,
hear it. Yeah.
I was talking about the bridges of Madison County.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I never saw it, so
I was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
I think I have another Donald Sutherland movie that we've all seen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try it. This one I really got a good feeling about. Outbreak.
Yes.
Yes.
That did come up.
Yeah.
A million years ago. But
Adam said
Clint's
he played
falling behind on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, it already came up.
Oh, it's on here.
Okay, I got another one.
Mm-hmm.
Adam said he played the diseased monkey. Go ahead.
But I do have another
One.
I do have another one that I'm hoping we've all seen.
Yeah.
And this is basically the end of my understanding of Donald Sutherland movies.
Okay.
Dreamcatcher.
What the
The
fuck?
Stephen
Yeah.
King movie?
The Stephen King movie.
He was the general, right?
He
The
was
one
the
where
general.
aliens come out your butt?
Yes.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
He was the general in that, the evil general.
Hmm.
How did I didn't even put that on my list. I forgot.
Look, I haven't seen that.
Forgot all about that.
Forever.
Everybody
with
forgets about
Dutters.
Dreamcatcher.
Here I
Dutters.
called him a memorable person, and somehow I forgot he was in like half these fucking
Half
movies.
of these movies,
Mhm.
yeah. It's because he's a good character actor.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, like he stopped being like the main guy in like the 70s or 80s, and then but he never stopped working, and he's
Right.
always
He would, like,
a
pop in a
little
movie
side
with
character
somebody.
here, a little side character there.
Yeah.
Also in 6 Degrees of Separation, if anybody saw that movie
I did not.
in the 90s. It was like Will Smith's big first movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, why I didn't see it.
I do remember that. I associate Will Smith with that movie, but I did not see it.
Another one where his son is dead.
I'm kind of kicking myself right now for not seeing this Civil War movie that he did, the Hunley.
Huntley?
The Hunley. Yeah. That would have been about the Confederate submarine that sank them. What did it sink? The Monitor? No. It sank a bunch of freaking...
It sank something, though.
Union ships. Yeah, but like that was just in itself was interesting. You know, it was a submersible, but it was a hand crank. So like you like put like 11 or 12 guys in this steel, tube and like have them hand crank something. They can't see where they're going. They're supposed to like bash ships with this thing. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. But he played General Pierre G.T. Beauregard.
Yeah, but God.
Yeah. They used to just call him PGT because nobody wanted to remember his name was, Pierre Gustave Toulon Beauregard. Yeah.
He was also in JFK, which
Yes.
again I haven't seen in 30.
Plays Deep Throat.
Yeah, he does.
Sorry.
Is that
I heard
weird?
that about him.
Yeah. Ah,
I like him in Backdraft. I like how he plays that serial arsonist.
Yeah, I was watching that when I realized what time it was and I hopped on.
mhm.
Did you guys know there was a sequel to Backdraft?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in that
I
one
s-
too.
Yeah.
He's in that too. I saw that on his IMDb, but I've never seen that movie.
No, I
Yeah.
tried to look for it the other night because I'm like, oh, I love Backdraft. I actually own a really cool special edition of it. It looks like it's in one of those old school clamshell VHS cases,
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
but it's just the Blu-ray inside.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's
I'll go
cool.
for a sec.
He's like, I'm
That's
gonna
how they
choke
should package everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know it because I didn't watch it, but he was in the Salem's Lot TV miniseries.
I did see that. It's terrible. You're not missing much. The one with Rob Lowe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my wife probably watched it because she likes Rob Lowe.
I mean,
I used to.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
looks like that, and then you just open it up and the Blu-rays inside.
That's so
Oh, nice.
cool.
Is that how that works?
Why am I
You
not
just
surprised
open
that
it
Ryan has a clamshell of anything?
I have actual clamshells. Like
yeah, I was
for
gonna say
VHS
he
tape.
has the actual
Yeah.
VHS.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yep. So, as stated in the comments earlier, he was in Beerfest as Johann von Wolfhaus.
Yes, he's
I've
hilarious
seen
in that. Trying to. There we go.
What is that? Oh, Return to Oz.
Yeah, clamshell.
Wow,
What does that mean, clamshell?
that's so cool.
It's the
It's like a
old
hardcover
VHS
shell.
VHS.
Yeah, it's a hard plastic shell as opposed to the
paper.
the
Squad.
paper like cardboard slip cases.
God, don't show that to Olin. Jesus Christ.
Olin already knows that he has that.
He knows. Yes.
I even have some of the original, like the big box.
Oh
from the
wow. Haven't seen one of those in fucking decades.
Yeah, I waste my money on stupid shit. I'm financially irresponsible.
Yeah.
I make poor financial
I
decisions.
think we all are to a point. You know, it's
Yeah. So I think we could say that Donald Sutherland was one of those people who never really stopped, never really fell out of favor. Like he's always been requested to be on projects, always gotten something. Like, good God. I mean, he was busy in the early 2000s. I mean,
Yeah, and people like working with him. Like you hear when he passed, everyone's like, he was just a consummate gentleman. He was really a kind soul, according to random Hollywood people, I suppose.
I mean, I didn't realize he was in a Moby Dick TV miniseries. I mean, good God.
He's done everything.
he could do everything. Yeah, he could do.
All right, so now you guys have to watch.
I gotta. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Don't look now.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, we have to do an Invasion of the Body Snatchers day or something.
Yes,
Sure.
please. I want to know about that.
That'd be great.
Actually, Jem was so excited because we were talking about Donald Sutherland today, and I brought up that I hadn't seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and she has.
Ah,
And
I
I think
loved
that's
your
the
wife.
only
She
horror
has
movie.
culture.
Yeah, I think that's the only horror movie that she's seen that I haven't.
That's
wow.
funny.
Yeah.
We have yet to find another one.
Yeah.
No, it's just so good. Veronica Cartwright, Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Great cast.
One of the
Great.
coolest things about that remake was the fact that they added in so many more special effects than what the original could do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you saw, like they showed you the entry of the pods to Earth, and how they presented themselves, and how they made their way into people's homes, and how they grew into people. You know what I mean? So like they showed you the progression of the pod person. So where they just couldn't do it in the original movie because in the 50s they just didn't have a way to convey that.
And honestly, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say, when you think about that, with think of all the greatest remakes we've ever seen. That's the heart and soul of a great remake. Is you take something and you use the best of what you've got now to enhance that movie. Like look at The Blob, look at The Thing, even Scarface, the remake of Scarface, because in the 80s you're allowed to have the hyper violence and really get that gritty crime feel across without worrying about like the film board reviews like they would have back in the day. These are all like the greatest remakes, and it's because they understood the project. Like we're not we're not cash. This isn't a cash grab. We're taking something and we're using the best of what we got now to enhance what they couldn't do back then.
I want
Right.
them to do that all the time.
The
Yeah.
Fly.
Or
was another one.
movies that
The Fly
should have
is
been
another great
great,
example. Yeah.
Mhm.
and they could do it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, when so many people, including myself, hear the name Donald Sutherland, first thing that pops into my mind is that final scene in Invasion of the Body Snatchers when he's
Yeah.
just pointing.
Don't give it away because
Now,
I know it. I know it. Uncle, please. I knew that 20 years before I saw it.
If the movie is more than 10 years old,
Yeah, that's a
the
good point.
spoilers don't count.
That
have that
Donald
meme on my
Sutherland
phone.
pointing his finger has been a meme since like 2000.
I have it on my phone. It just says,
Yeah,
"I'm judging you," and he's like, "Oh, I'm judging
Yeah.
you."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to mistake that. Like, people don't look like that in real life. There had to be
Yeah.
something wrong with him.
What's the girl's name? That the main girl?
Meg Tilly.
No,
She was in the 90s one.
yeah, no.
Oh,
and
okay. That's what I'm thinking.
The girl from Alien.
the girl from
Oh no!
No,
Oh,
that's
whoa, whoa,
Veronica
whoa, whoa,
Cartwright.
whoa! Oh, I know who
it's
you mean.
Tony Shalhoub's wife in real life, but I'm blanking on her name. She was in the movie with Christopher Walken where
Brooke Adams.
Brooke Adams, thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
She was in the Dead Zone with
Walking.
Walken.
Mhm.
Yeah. Interesting.
I like her.
Okay. All right. So if you were going to pick a Donald Sutherland movie that you had not seen before that you would watch in order to keep his memory alive, what do you think it would be?
Mm.
That we have not seen before?
Haven't
You've
not
not
seen?
seen. Yes.
Oh,
Let me look.
I mean, I can go first. Just by word of mouth alone, I would say Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I mean, that's the worst one. Don't do that.
Um,
I'm gonna be so mad at myself if we watch this and I wind up hating it.
You will. You'll hate
you know,
it.
There's
I
no
almost,
way. I refuse to believe I'll hate it.
almost immediately thought that
You'll hate
it's
it.
like
You're
oh,
gonna be
that's
like,
the way
"It's
Ryan
slow."
feels about remakes, and
I-
if they compliment them with all these,
I'm not
special
even gonna
effects.
attend that watch along.
He's gonna hate
because I'm already getting mad
Say,
I'm
no,
already
thinking
dead.
about the shit you're gonna say.
let's jump off. Let's jump
One of my
off
birthday
right now.
picks
We'll
now.
jump
We're
off
gonna
right
know what
now.
he's saying.
We'll go watch it. We'll come back.
Like, oh, what's going on? This is boring.
But you,
When's
you
the
do have
dinosaur
to
show
watch
up?
the original first. Watch
Yeah,
the
with
original
the
first.
dinosaur.
You shut your mouth.
I mean, you're talking about like the epitome of a remake and how it just enhances. That's what Invasion of the Body Snatchers did with the original. It's
No, and that's what I hear about Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
yeah, and that's exactly what it did. It was brilliant. A Donald Sutherland movie we haven't seen.
Mhm.
Oh God.
So yeah, even something that we talked about during this this cast. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just curious. It's like kind of like have you gained a greater appreciation for Donald Sutherland? You know, now that he's no longer here. You know, would you go and
That was
watch
an older
something?
But the thing is, I've seen so many of his movies, but I've seen them so many years ago that I'm like really looking forward to watching them again because I have no recollection.
I'm gonna. I
Like-
mean, I added quite a few to my watch list.
Okay.
Sure.
During this talk, I'm gonna say the Rosary Murders. I'm really curious about that one.
I think you'll like that. If I'm being honest,
I think you'll like it too.
So
It's just a
definitely
good, like a murder
put
mystery.
it on your list.
And it's on Tubi, so.
Makes it even better.
Yeah, it's
And
super
I
easy
did
to get
see
hold of.
Max Dugan Returns. I didn't remember that Kiefer was in that. I remember Matthew Broderick in that. And Jason Robards was the guy from that.
Yeah, like I've come away with a few here. Like I feel like I need to see Space Cowboys. I think everybody has seen
It's
it, but me.
enjoyable.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It's
Oh, you
very
haven't?
enjoyable.
Okay.
Oh, I
I
want to
feel
see Casanova
Oh, okay.
because I think he'd be very charming.
Yeah,
Or Day of the Locust, just because I like the name.
that does sound cool.
Yeah.
I want to see Homer Simpson on screen.
Homer Simpson on screen.
I don't know if this will shock anyone or not. I have never seen The Dirty Dozen,
I haven't
I haven't.
either.
I haven't
Really
he's-
either.
shocked me.
and he's in that.
I never
Yes.
have either.
It's
I don't
been
even know what that
on
is.
when my grandfather. It's a old western, and
That's why.
that's been remade also actually. But
Is it a Western?
I know that
No,
it
it's a
has
war-
been on
like
when I
World War
was at my
II.
World War
grandparents'
II.
house.
Yeah.
He was in Johnny Got His Gun, which is on the server now, which is the they use for the music video for that Metallica
Oh
video.
Jesus! Oh Jesus! I can't watch that.
Oh, wow.
Have any of you seen that? He plays Jesus.
He plays Christ, yeah.
Don't ever watch that.
Why?
Okay.
It's
It's
heartbreaking. It's a guy begging to die because he's lost his arms, his legs, his. Well, have you seen the video one from Metallica?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the clips.
that's the
from that
video.
movie.
It's from the
Okay.
movie. Yeah. Basically, this guy survived the grenade explosion in Vietnam. I think it was Vietnam.
Yeah,
So, but like his face is gone.
he's just trapped in his body. No, he can't communicate.
So the arms were amputated and the legs were amputated. He can't see, he can't talk, and he can't hear.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he
So
wants to die.
he's effectively trapped in his body, which is exactly what the song one is about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
that
it's on the
sounds
server now.
Super fucked up.
I also want to see Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. That looks pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the
You
server.
sold that really good.
Is it? Oh, well, then I might have to check it out.
Hmm.
Who did? I sold it good?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
You think that-
That other movie you and Clint were talking about sounded really good too. That Something X.
Oh,
Citizen X.
That's on my
Yeah.
list now too.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones you got to be in the mood though to watch. Like Ryan, for example, you don't like true horror stuff and like stuff that's like, kind of like hits a little too close to home.
I'm okay as long
And,
as
and
it
that's a
doesn't
true story.
as long as it doesn't display it.
Okay. Yeah. This is the Rush material.
Yeah, it displays it.
Not a ton. I mean, like the real gruesome stuff of his crimes, they don't show.
Like the sexual
But I mean-
stuff. Yeah.
Right. But they show the attacks. So
It's
like,
been a while since I saw it, so okay, fair enough.
yeah, from what I remember, it's been a long time since I've seen it too. So absolutely. I would encourage you guys to see Quicksand No Escape if you can find it anywhere.
Probably on YouTube for free by the sounds of the
Probably.
movie.
Probably.
I'm gonna.
But I mean, he played a really sleazy character, and it's like, and he looked sleazy. You know what I mean? Like receding hairline, like slightly longer hair, but it was all slicked straight back. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, look like what's his face in Doom, Richard Brake. Like he looked
That's
awful.
Richard Brake in every role.
Like really sleazy.
Really
looking,
is.
You know what I mean?
If you see Richard Brake, you know what you're getting.
Yeah, you do. You
Exactly.
absolutely do.
To be fair,
Exactly.
Richard Brake was in a movie about an evil bingo hall, so I mean, it's not always what you
I've
think.
seen that.
That sounds hilarious. I love it. Yeah. So, and strangely enough, I still need to see Backdraft.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
You'll
I
like
know,
it,
right?
I think
Yeah.
you'll like it. I think you
That's
will.
good. Well, just the fire effects alone are.
Yeah, Ron Howard made that
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was one. I think
Yeah.
that was one of his first.
Kurt Russell,
acting.
William Baldwin.
Yeah, it's another Billy
Mhm.
Baldwin flick.
Yeah.
And what's his name? I can't. The guy who. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it too much if Clint hasn't seen it.
That's all right.
I do have a funny story about Backdraft, though, but it doesn't have to
Go
do with
for
the
it.
movie. So, when me and my sister were kids, we went to Universal Studios in Florida, and they had Backdraft the ride.
Yes.
Okay.
So it turns out it's not a ride.
Backdraft the ride.
Yeah, it's not a ride.
Like how they have Twister now, like where you sit in
Yeah.
Just the
An
burning
audience-
house you run
No,
through?
no, nothing like that. So this is how it happens.
Does
You're
the
in
coaster
your
look
line.
like Jennifer Jason Leigh
Yeah.
on
Try
top
this
of the
doorknob.
Try this.
on top of the fire truck?
It set a house on fire, make you put it out with a hose.
Sorry, Ryan. Ryan's
No,
like,
it's okay.
let me get to-
So you know how with like these Disney and Universals, like these big theme parks, the line is almost part of the ride. Like they'll put props and everything in
Yeah.
the line so that you're not like super bored. So we're going through the line, and there's all this cool stuff. There's fire trucks and all this crap, and we go through another part of the line, and we're it almost looks like we're in the warehouse. We're like, okay, that's cool and stuff, and all of a sudden in the In the room adjacent, you can see some windows. A fire starts. And the next thing you know, over the next like 4 minutes, you're trapped in this room that becomes completely
hot,
lit on fire.
Yeah.
And barrels start exploding off of the ground, like the ceiling starts to cave in. And I, of
That
course,
sounds awesome.
I realize, I'm like, oh, this is the ride.
That's
like
a
we're
weird
experiencing
movie to make a
Backdraft.
ride about.
My poor sister did not know.
Oh,
She thought we were trapped in a burning building.
oh, poor baby.
Oh,
man.
I was just going to say, how many kids had therapy 20 years after that ride?
God. Amazing. Like the fact that they pulled that off was amazing. Like real flames just shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure there's something I didn't notice as a kid. Like there must have been a screen in front of us or something to protect us from these flames. But
There had to be.
Probably did a lot with mirrors where it wasn't.
oh, maybe yeah,
You
that
could
could
feel
be.
the heat.
But we did feel the heat.
Yeah,
It
you
got
could feel
really
the
They
hot.
had
heat.
like
I know
space
for
heaters around.
the Twister show. I did that at Universal, the movie Twister. And when that fire happens, your eyebrows are like, ow.
That's what I mean. It actually felt like hot.
Yes. Disney
anyway, it was-
magic. We set your bitch on fire.
That's what I love about Universal, though. It wasn't about the rides. They replicated the movies so well.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of the Jaws ride. I'll never forgive them for that.
I know.
It wasn't.
So
There wasn't a Jaws ride in Florida, though. It was just part of the tour.
no, they had the Jaws ride.
Yeah, where you're in the boat and the shark comes up on the side.
And
No.
like Jaws 2 and sets it on
No,
fire.
the shark was right after the oh shit, you know what? I wasn't in Universal Studios Florida. That's right.
You've never been to Florida. What are you talking about?
I've been to Florida. It was California. It was
Oh,
Universal
okay. I've never
Studios
been to that one.
California. Because I was going to say the Psycho House was there, but that's right. The Psycho
would be
House isn't on the Universal lot in Florida. It's on the Universal lot in California.
Yes. I've never been there. I would like to go there.
I would too.
Nice.
Because yeah, I've actually and that was part of the tour was you got to see the Psycho House like in person.
Yes.
Or in house, I guess. I don't know.
In house.
I would love to hear your sister relay the story of going to
Seriously.
the
Tell her to write
Backdraft
that shit
ride.
down.
I'm pretty
You
sure
know.
she's repressed the memory.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how many
Poor
people
baby.
go to therapy and say things like, I piss myself every time somebody lights birthday candles. You know what I mean? It's like,
Have you?
I actually had to explain to my therapist my fear of balloons. She just looked
Oh,
at
really?
me like, fuck, we need a padded room. Like, she looked confused and scared at the same time.
Aw.
Oh,
Did you
that's
go on Backdraft the ride when you were a kid? You might be entitled to compensation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Now I want to go to Universal.
Yeah.
When's that thing come out, Adam? Or is he going away?
Adams
He
stepped
went away.
away.
We did.
That
I believe
thing
it's
he-
next October, not this October, but next October.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we need to plan that. That's Universal Monsters.
Okay.
You got any more
Well-
topics?
Huh?
You got any more topics for us for Donald?
No, I don't think I do. I mean,
I think
what
we
am
should just all go watch a movie now.
we could
It's
do
early
that.
enough. We
do
could pop
that.
a movie in.
Because my only other suggestion is that we move into something else, you know, like pulling out random topics from the box again. But I could save all that for next week. We could wrap this thing up in a nice little bow and go watch a movie if you want.
I'm
We
just
could
Um,
watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
We
Ah,
could
we
do
could.
that.
The original.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to start with the original.
You gotta start with the original. Sorry, you have to. You can't watch the remake and then go back to the original.
Oh, you know what? That'd be fun. Jen would probably join us. I don't know if she'd join us in chat, but she'd watch along with us because I don't
That'd be
believe she's
great.
seen the original.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It'd be great.
Let's do that.
So I feel like that is a great plan of attack. So unless anybody else has anything to add, I say thank you for joining me for this. I know this was tough, like the limited amount of things that we've seen from Donald Sutherland, even though he had a 60 years
Yeah,
span
over
for his
400
career.
movies. Yeah,
You know, we've all seen him 100 times, you know, in our childhood and our adult lives, but we don't remember a damn thing about it now. So
yeah.
anyhow, It was fantastic. You know, I love the guy, and I'm sorry to know that he's not here anymore. So we still have Kiefer, so we can enjoy all of those things.
He's so hot.
He's so fucking hot. Oh my god, he's never not hot.
That's my favorite picture I've ever taken in my entire life.
Yeah.
Kiefer, Lou Diamond, and me. It's so symmetrical because they're like the same height and they're both so good looking. And I don't look like a psycho when I usually get excited and smile way too big.
Uh-huh.
That didn't happen. And they signed it perpendicular.
back.
Everything is so symmetrical. It makes my OCD so happy. This picture.
That is fantastic.
So Adam,
Well-
we're thinking of heading offline and watching the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You in?
No, I have more to talk about.
What do you want to talk about? What is it you just ripped
Where
off
he
in
was
front of my
born?
face there?
His life,
Uh-huh.
personal life,
Yep.
children
Yeah,
he's had, other than
he was-
Kiefer,
Right. He was a Canadian.
Kevin.
I could tell you that.
Which
Kevin.
automatically means he's polite. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Sutherland. Is that what you're saying?
Kevin Sutherland is one. It's Kevin,
Okay.
Kiefer,
Kiefer and Kooky.
yeah, Kooky.
I feel like you're making this up.
Kooky is one.
Cookie.
Kooky.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Well, it says here on his Wikipedia page that he is the father of Kiefer, Rosif, and Angus.
Rosif?
Angus Sutherland. That's a strong name.
He doesn't have a daughter named Tallulah?
Rossif. Rossif? Rossif? Maybe it's
Rossif?
Rossif. I'm sorry.
Rosif.
Rosif?
Rossif.
Rosif?
Rossif.
I'll
One of
ask
those.
Google when we hang up. She
There
tells
you
me
go.
stuff that makes no sense.
Angus.
All right.
Angus.
All right. Well, I'm going to go make taco pizza pops for this.
Yeah.
Watch. For this
Well,
little
I
while.
appreciate you guys hanging with me for this. I know that was rough, and I appreciate.
I
you
actually had a blast.
No, it
I
was
had
good.
so much fun. It wasn't rough at all. I've actually seen a shit ton of his movies, just not for 20-something years.
And I got some good ones on my watch list I haven't seen. So
I appreciate being a deer in the headlights every now and again. Tonight was
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
So it was a good time.
Well, I feel like I was a deer in headlights hosting this thing. So,
There you go.
anyhow, hopefully you have a great
You always host,
appreciation for Donald Sutherland, and maybe you have a greater one after this. And the only thing I can say is go watch some more of his movies, honor this guy
Yeah.
the right way, and have a great
Go
night.
watch Don't Look Away.
Yeah, don't look away.
Right. Okay, bye.